Wait, you don't have a newsletter yet? You're missing out on thousands of views every single month. Here are 5 reasons why you should start today. Newsletters are a great direct medium to reach out to your audience. Now hear me out. Google search has been the primary source of your traffic, which means you're dependent on Google search to bring all your traffic. By gathering email subscribers, you will be reaching out to them directly without needing Google in between. Which means if you have about 1 lakh subscribers, you can reach out to them at any given point of time without relying on any other source of traffic. Also, by having a subscriber base, you will be generating a curious, loyal base over time. Now, if you're just starting off with WordPress, you can use MailPoet as a newsletter service. MailPoet integrates with the WordPress dashboard itself, which makes it very, very easy from a process standpoint to have newsletter in your existing workflow. If you are curious about using MailPoet, I have put out a detailed video on how to set it up and send your first newsletter, so do check that out. If you are a medium or slightly larger publisher who's looking to tackle newsletters, MailChimp is a great service that you can use to reach out to multiple subscribers. But you will need to keep an eye out on your subscriber numbers, because the faster it grows, the faster your billing goes. So, that's one thing that I would want you to keep an eye out on. But if you are a large scale enterprise grade publisher who has about 1 million subscribers, you can look at Izuto's newsletter offering. Now, the best part about this is that it is completely automated and you can automate it to your RSS feed. So every time you publish news, the best ones can be sent to all of your subscribers in a timely fashion. Now, a good practice to send newsletters would be to send them on a particular day. If you're just starting out and you don't have a huge amount of audience there, you can start out with Tuesdays and Wednesdays, especially in the morning, because that's when your subscribers will probably be open to getting newsletters. If you are a larger organization who cover a lot of news, a good practice would be to send it daily, and sending it anytime between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. would be a good way. It sort of works like a recap of the day that was. So anyone who's missed out on reading news on your website will get a summary of all the news, all the breaking news, all the key events that have happened throughout the day at 6 or 7 p.m. And once you make this a habit, trust me, a lot of people will start looking forward to your newsletter. The second reason why newsletters are a good idea is they help you create first-party data. Now, first-party data becomes essential, especially with the GDPR regulations coming in. So, what is first-party data? First-party data is direct information about your subscribers. Stuff like their name, surnames, email IDs, their preferences, what kind of categories they like on your page, where are they coming from. So when you have first party data, it gives you in-depth idea of what your audience is like, what are their likes, what are their preferences. So it allows you to also tailor content to them. And that leads me to the next point, which is gathering insights on your subscribers. Now, insights are super duper useful, primarily because they tell you how your subscribers are interacting with the content you send to them via newsletters. How are the open rates? How often are they clicking on the links in the newsletter? Because at the end of the day, it's all about traffic, right? You would want people to come to your website, read your content, and you get that opportunity to serve them ads so that you also make some additional revenue on the side. So these insights like open rates help you determine how your audience is reacting to your newsletter. If the open rates are high, which means that the newsletter you're sending to your audience is working quite well and they're actually looking forward to reading it. If the newsletter open rates are low, you might have to tweak your strategy. But knowing what kind of links they click in the newsletter helps you determine what your audience particularly likes. So if a sporting event has just gotten over, you can send 3 updates in a newsletter. It can be a score update, it can be a post-match analysis, and an opinion piece on how a particular team has performed. Now, knowing which particular link was clicked by your audience gives you a clear idea of what your audience likes. If, on the other hand, if you see that opinion pieces are not really clicked, but people like to watch the score, then you know clearly that that is where you need to focus your energy on. Segmentation and personalization is another option that you get with email newsletters. For example, if you have a website primarily catered to the sports category would have multiple sports. You can have someone who's coming into your sports page for football, someone for F1 races, someone for cricket. Now, when content is getting published, it's for them to search and come back to you. But when you have a newsletter, you can segment your subscribers based on the kind of pages they visit and from where they subscribe to your newsletter. For example, when you are sending out newsletters, would you want to send out a cricket-based article to someone who's primarily following football? It's not going to work, right? So segmenting your audience based on their preference or based on what they primarily read on your website will help you segment your audience, which means that whenever you have new updates or any major releases for a particular section of a category, you can simply reach out to them. So if there's a massive exclusive article that you have on a team transfer that has happened or a player transfer that has happened for a particular football team, you exactly know which subscribers to target. So segmentation becomes very, very crucial, which is not all that easy when it comes to doing it on a website. You can also do it using push notifications. That's the only other service where you do have the option of very good segmentation. But apart from that, email newsletters gives you that leverage. Newsletters also allow you to personalize your emails very, very meticulously. So if you are targeting a particular set of subscribers, say you've dialed it down to sports, you've dialed it down to football, and you're constantly sending them football updates, knowing which particular subscriber opens your emails more often, you can then target them with the latest pieces of news. Pretty much knowing that these subscribers are very open to your content, they actually prefer your content and are more likely to click on the link and come back to your website. It's a great way of also diverting traffic or knowing where your traffic is coming from. With newsletters, you also have the option to personalize them on an individual level. So, you remember the point I've spoken about first party data. So you're already gathering their names there. It's personalized to them, so they would feel more engaged with it and they're most likely to become a loyal subscriber over time. And the newsletter discussion ultimately leads me to monetization. As a publisher, I know that monetization is very, very important for you because you're primarily relying on Google for your traffic and advertising for your revenue. So newsletter allows you to directly handle your traffic and also ads, because with newsletter, there are two ways of monetizing. The first way is advertising. Now, you already have your first party data for all your subscribers. You also have segmented them, so you exactly know what kind of audience you have. Advertisers really need this data. This is gold for them because for their products, they now know who to target and what kind of products they would probably like. So for your football audience, you would probably have jerseys which you can target to them, advertise to them, and they're more likely to convert instead of sending it to everyone as a blanket advertisement. So in order to get this, newsletters can be a great vehicle for you to do so. The second would be with premium content. Now, when it comes to premium content, the premium content works very, very well. Like monetization using newsletter works very well in niches where information is not very easy to get by, and when you have exclusive information or exclusive knowledge. A lot of people would like exclusive information or updates or insights in a particular niche to reach their inbox, and they're willing to pay a subscription for this as well. So that becomes a great way of monetizing newsletters and a great avenue for you to make additional revenue. And that's why you should start with newsletters.